Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the Joanne Marime channel. This is Joanne Marime. I am so excited to be back here. I am a career and confidence coach. I help ambitious professionals just like you to, first of all, land their dream jobs to make more money and to lead fulfilling lives. So keep following me for more tips and tricks. And by the way, today I got such an amazing feedback. I think this week has been the week of feedback from a lot of my clients. And one of them said something that warmed my heart. She said, Whew, Joanne, I've been following you for a while. I had a consultative call with you, and I've since gone on to follow you silently. And I've used all your tips and tricks, and I landed a job at Wells Fargo. Woot, 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 woot. So incredibly proud of you. Go ahead, rock that. Keep following me to understand how you can build what I call career security as opposed to job security. And then, if you would like to be as successful as this candidate this week, who has just blown my mind, I will be sharing her testimonial, in the next couple of weeks, I guess. That's super happy. So just keep following me. And then, of course, if you would like some help on how to land your next dream job, you know what to do. Go ahead. I will link on this video all the Calendly that you can go ahead and book a consultative meeting with me, and we can see if we can work together. But most importantly, I will link all the other videos and stuff that is relevant, and of course all the freebies that you need to be taking part in, because guess what, I want us to succeed incredibly. Okay, so this series this week is all about interviewing. So let's just say you have an interview next week, right? And you're just saying, hey, Joanne, what? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm scared because every time I go into an interview, I never ace it. By the way, I ace every single interview I've ever gone into. I used to suck at interviewing before I moved to the United States. I am Kenyan born. I now live in the US, and I've ended up working in some of the most um, top 500 companies in the world. I worked at ExxonMobil as a senior program manager there. I worked in oil and gas, so that was great. And then I moved on. I worked in AWS, one of the biggest companies in the world. So that's Amazon. If you don't know what AWS is, it's the cloud side of things. And then now I work on Azure at Microsoft, also just at the top of my career. And I am willing and I'm on a mission to teach every single person how to achieve career corporate success, because I can tell you guys, it's not business as usual, right? And by the way, another thing that people have been talking about, this market is hard, the economy is bad, oh, AI is taking over, all of that. I understand you. However, if you take my career acceleration coaching program, that will not be a problem for you, because for us here, it's not the external factors that are determining whether you get a job or not. It's actually you. So I teach you how to make sure you land that dream job. So follow me for more additional tips and tricks on what you need to be doing. So, again, back to the example. Let us assume that you have a meeting, an interview next week. What do you need to be doing today to get ready? Number one, you need to do your research on that company. Okay? That's step one in everything. You need to understand this company, do your research. So you might be saying, Joanne, what's the best way to do my research? Should I just go to the company website? Yes, that's one way that you need to do it. However, there are so many other things you need to do. Okay. So you need to go to the company's website. Step one. Step number two, you need to make sure that you read all the financials that you can. I used to be in finance, so I understand. You need to understand how this company is doing so that you even determine whether you really want to work for them. Maybe they are a company you really don't want to work for. So you don't know that until, guess what? Until you do your research. Secondly, I want you to go to listen to their podcasts if they have any. Listen to any news articles. Go read any news articles. Go on YouTube. Do your research. Look at their the products that they are selling, their services that they are providing. If you're going for a marketing role, you better be on their message list. Like, you better be on their email list, right? You better understand what it is that they're marketing. What are their products? If you're going into a product role, for example, I want you to try out their products. Go to their websites, right? Pretend as if, sign up for those, products that are free to use, right? They have a free period every time. Use their products, understand what the quirks are, what you would change, but most importantly, you need to have a deep knowledge of their business and where it is that you think they might need to improve, because you don't want to just go in there because you read an article. You want to have a deeper understanding. Who is their CEO? What products did they launch lately? What are the impressions that their competitors have of them? And then start thinking about what kind of improvements were you to land this role. Let's say it's a marketing role, or it's a program manager role, or it's a product manager role, or if it's a software engineering role. What kind of products do you want to be working on? What kind of improvements are you going to provide for this company? Because you want to go away from being the candidate that's just going to wait to be asked questions, and become the candidate that's going to offer solutions. That's the candidate that gets the job. That's the candidate that gets the offer. So, folks, step number one on this video is do your research. I need you this weekend, if you have an interview next week or whenever, do your research, listen to those blogs, go to the blogs, look, read, listen to the podcasts about this company. What are the latest news articles that have come out about the company? Where's the company going? What are their latest financials? What are they reporting? If they're reporting losses, you probably don't want to go work there, because you'll be fired in the next you'll be laid off soon. So the question I have for you is, have you done your research? I don't want you to be one of those candidates that goes into a job and you're asked, you're going in there waiting for them to ask you questions instead of you taking control of the interview. Another thing you need to be understanding is that it's important that you ask for some time during the interview to ask them questions. Questions are so important because as you're asking them questions, you're gathering intelligence, right? When they answer something, and by the way, in some interviews they probably will not give you the time, but ask for the time. At the end of it, say, hey, do you have a couple of minutes for me to ask you guys some questions? That's a great way to do it. They're going to stop and say, hey, you're the only candidate that has actually done this. You're going to stand out from everybody else because everybody else is probably too scared to ask anything. So I don't want you to be scared. Remember, an interview is just it's a dance between two people who might be dating. This is you trying to date and find your perfect man or woman. And you're just trying to figure out whether this person is right for you. So it's the same thing with a job. So you have no reason to be scared. Go in there. Remember, you're nervous, but they're nervous too. So there's nothing to be scared about. If you're prepared, if you've done your research, you're going to do great. So this series is all about interviewing. So stay tuned. I'm going to just follow up with number 2. The next video is going to talk to you about the next step that you need to take in order to be prepared for your next interview. All right. So again, I hope you have a fantastic day and you are such a rock star and God loves you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.